I remember one of my first posts in an agency world. Um, Someone was going off to vacation and had their entire family set up to go to Disney World and lovely. And they'd been planning this thing for months and months and months. And then a new business opportunity came in, and the CEO said, "Well, you're going to have to cancel that." And and all I could think to myself was, are we this bad that we are not capable of managing through situations like this rather than changing somebody's personal life completely like that? So ever since then, I was always like, for me, vacations are sacrosanct. Like when family is family has to be the first priority. Otherwise, eventually you burn out and go through that. So I think this is kind of an interesting thing because I know you have a great perspective on when we talk about what should be on our leaders list and we turn this around. Um, I think you've talked a lot about, from a business perspective, some things that we should all be focused on. But what are some of the things that we should have on our leaders list as we try and get to that balance or think about how AI is going to change our world and our lives? And so I'd just love to get your perspective on what I better get
Yeah.
on my list.
Yeah. Well, yes. I'm spending a lot of time thinking about AI,
Yeah.
and I'm thinking about it broadly, right? We're doing a lot of work. We're implementing a lot of systems. We're building AI systems. We're building data structures. But more importantly, I'm thinking about it for my kids, and I'm thinking about it for myself. And I think that, I've started putting together a presentation around how to robot proof your kids, how to build better people. I think for all of us, the value that we have as human beings, and I just had this conversation with my 12-year-old, is AI can answer any question. And if there is a right answer or a wrong answer, AI will beat humans every single day. And
Mm-hmm.
that is true until now, till the end of time. What AI doesn't do is ask questions. And even better, are ill-formed questions. Are you happy? AI can't answer that. I was talking to my son, and he was telling me robots were taking over the world. And we were talking about Artemis, right? Everybody's talking about Artemis and the view from the moon. And I said, Wyatt, so somebody's going to ask AI, how do we get to the moon, right? And there's calculations, and AI is going to be able to answer that. And then the question is going to be, well, how do we get food to the moon if we're going to build a colony there? And I said, but a human being is going to ask, why do humans need food? And he lit up like a light bulb. So what I would say to everybody listening is get curious fast. Get curious about what it is, how it's working, what's happening, but also get very specific about what makes you human. My other really important guide point. So I spent some time out at Singularity University in November, which is Peter Diamandis and Ray Kurzweil's thing. We were out on NASA's campus in Northern California. One of the most important things we can do as human beings is turn off Google Maps. So hear me out. Our ability to spatially navigate. Where's the sun? Where's the moon? Getting lost, observing. Did we pass that gas station? We've totally lost that. We never get lost. But the problem is that spatial navigation is inside of the hippocampus of our brain. And the use of turn-by-turn directions is degrading those neural pathways. The brain is a muscle. And so if you don't use it, those pathways close. Turn it off. Check when you're going somewhere, is there construction? Is something closed? And then put it away and let yourself get lost, because we have to teach ourselves and our children how to navigate, because that's what dictates success and even just how to move around the world. That's ancient for who we are.
Yeah,
That should be on your list.
that's so great because I think about, I'm a nomad, and so whenever I come into a new place, I look for landmarks and I just drive with the intent of I think I'm going to get lost. I know I could get lost, but there's great things that come out of getting lost. And
Uh,
I think it's so smart to help people think about that, and especially young minds, because they did not build that same model. When we were growing up, we had to use a paper map, and you had to start to think about what are the landmarks that make me know that I'm taking a right when the map said I was supposed to take a right. Another thing I didn't mean to interrupt, but I would add to that, when I was a young executive, I got the advice to take my watch off and stop thinking about time by looking for time. And what it does is the same type of thing. It teaches you to recognize this has been about a half an hour. I can feel what a half an hour is. I know what 15-minute increments feel like. And that was one of the best things I ever did. And I've never gone back to it. So that way, when I'm in a conversation with someone, I can stay incredibly focused on that person. So I shut off the phone. I put away the watch. I just stay focused because I can feel how long we have been in that meeting. And so those are all good muscles that our body has for us that we can use. And so it's kind of funny because we're just talking about, like, how do we get more human? How do we get better at being human?
yes, and the connection to one another, the ability to your point, understand time, understand where in the world our bodies are. Like these are innately human things, and that's what we have to sort of reclaim.